Hey guys, welcome back to a very special weekend edition of the Chuckload of Comics show. It's our week in review show, guys. Chuckload of Comics is your source for nerd news, comic book reviews, movie talk, everything happening in the world of fandom during this tough isolation time. Every single Sunday right here on YouTube. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome to Chuckload of Comics. Click that subscribe button. Join us here every single Sunday for all the fun. Take a look at that sidebar over there, guys. We've got a lot of awesome nerd news we're going to break into. Free Comic Book Day is officially canceled. It's not going to be on May 2nd. It's going to come out later on the summer. We're going to talk about that. Rosario Dawson joining the cast of Mandalorian Season 2 as a fan favorite character. We got a new poster for Wonder Woman 1984. We're going to show you that. Give us your thoughts on whether or not we think this movie is actually going to hit theaters at all. And Bloodshot joins the long list of first-run movies you can now stream from the comfort of your own quarantine zone in your living room. We're going to break down all the movies you can now be streaming online. Before we get into all that good nerd news stuff, guys, we got to mention, we are in the city of Chicago. As of 5 o'clock yesterday, we are on a forced, not necessarily a quarantine, but a forced isolation.
Yes.
We're all stuck into our houses, so expect a lot more than usual. Chuckload of Comic shows right here on the YouTube channel. We had a lot of great shows already kind of planned out. So we're going to do a lot of live streaming on Facebook, a lot of live streaming and shows on YouTube. So click the subscribe button and join us here for all the quarantine-y fun. So guys, without further ado, we've got a lot of great nerd news we're going to get into this week. So check it out. This is this week's nerd news. Check it out. All right, guys, first big nerd news story of the day, Free Comic Book Day. The greatest day in the history of comic books.
I know.
It's the first Saturday of every May. Well, it's being delayed this year as a result of the Corona-19, as I'm calling it. Unfortunately, Free Comic Book Day isn't going to happen this May. No big surprise.
Yeah.
We were over at Chicago Comics talking to our friends over there. Originally, they were going to change it from Free Comic Book Day to Free Comic Book Month.
That would be cool.
The folks at Diamond have changed their minds. They're instead just going to move Free Comic Book Day to later on in the summer.
Okay.
Kind of a bummer.
I think it's a bummer, but I mean, it's necessary. Everything else is shutting down. Like, you especially don't want kids running around outside, right?
Good point.
I mean, I think it makes sense. But, as you said, this is one of Chuck's favorite days of the year. Not only does it always fall around his birthday, but we get all these cool issues that you can only get on Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah.
And hence the word, they are free, which is even better.
Yeah, if you didn't know what Free Comic Book Day is, if you're kind of new to comic book purchasing and comic book collecting, the first Saturday of every May, all the comic book publishers, DC, Marvel, Valiant, Image, they put out a ton. 47 titles they had this year planned for Free Comic Book Day, and you can just go to your local comic book shop. It's always a packed house. Mm-hmm. That's why they canceled it. You pointed out very smartly that it's full of kids also.
Yeah, you don't want your kids getting sick.
It's a veritable petri dish of nerds and fans.
Right.
All in one tiny little comic book shop. So I'm not surprised. Basically what happened was the CEO of Diamond Comics, Mr. Steve Geppi, I think his name is, he put out a press release, said the severity and timing of the impact of the COVID-19 virus can't be predicted with any certainty, but the safety of our retailer partners and comic book fans is too important to risk. As always, we appreciate your enthusiasm for and support of the comic book industry's best event and look forward to celebrating with you later in the summer. So that's what they're going to do.
Okay. I'm down with that.
The Free Comic Month is not going to happen. It's just they're just going to move the day later on in the summer,
so
just like everything.
Canceled. It's just postponed, just like everything else around the world now.
Yeah. So I'd imagine sometime maybe around July, maybe August, we're going to get Free Comic Book Day. So guys, for more information on Free Comic Book Day, you can go to freecomicbookday.com and just keep it locked there, for the next couple months or so in there. Look for the announcement of when Free Comic Book Day is going to be. This kind of it was a no-brainer, but it kind of took me by surprise when I was picking up my pulls last Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, guys, let us know in the comment section. What do you think? Are you bummed about Free Comic Book Day getting postponed? Or do you think, obviously, you got to do this in the interest of public health? Let us know in the comments section. Next big nerd news story of the week, guys. This one is huge. Mandalorian Season 2 has wrapped principal photography, and we have a very important cast announcement. Rosario Dawson everybody's favorite actress, Rosario Dawson, is joining the cast of Mandalorian Season 2 in a fan favorite character. Ahsoka Tano is going to be in Mandalorian Season 2, played by Rosario Dawson. That is too cool.
Oh my gosh. I'm pretty stoked about this.
Yes, fans of the Clone Wars are brimming with excitement.
Right?
This just got announced, I think it was on Friday maybe. It was Friday this got announced, and people lost their absolute minds.
Yeah, they did.
This is a throwback to 2017 when a fan tweeted on the Twitter to Rosario Dawson that she should play Ahsoka, and Dawson retweeted, yes, please. This set off a movement of fans pleading with Star Wars to make it happen. Well, apparently the people at Star Wars listened, and it is officially a thing. How they kept this under wraps, I don't know.
Yeah, right?
Because they already have wrapped principal photography.
Yeah, I know. You would think somebody would have seen her on set and leaked it or something. Like maybe I guess their sets are all indoors. I have no idea.
It's crazy how good the people over at Mandalorian are at keeping secrets. Nobody knew Baby Yoda was a thing,
right?
Until it hit the airwaves, and now Rosario Dawson, man, this has to. Dave Filoni has to be freaking the hell out.
It's the character that he created, right? I mean,
him and George Lucas created this character for the Clone Wars, for the show Rebels. And so now, for the first time ever, we get to see a live action with one of the greatest actresses alive today.
No kidding. I couldn't agree more.
So who is Ahsoka Tano, if you didn't know? She was the apprentice of Anakin Skywalker, not initially accepted by Star Wars fans, but as the Clone Wars series sort of progressed, the complexity of her character increased, and now she's considered one of the biggest fan favorite characters in the Star Wars universe.
That's awesome.
I know. Well, what she does, I mean, she actually, you've probably seen her in photos and stuff. She wields two lightsabers, one with a shorter blade, one with a longer blade, and her iconic fighting stance sort of involves her holding the hilt with a reverse grip.
Interesting.
You know, you've probably seen her bitchin' stance and her fighting style. Very unique.
You know what's funny is you have this picture here of Rosario Dawson holding two lightsabers. It's not the stance, the right stance, but it's just interesting. Maybe that was her trying to get
back
it out there.
Comic-Con or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
She clearly wanted to do it.
Right?
Like back in 2017. She was an instrumental part of the birth of the rebellion, if you didn't know her from watching the Clone Wars. In the show Rebels, she had this epic confrontation with her old master, Anakin Skywalker, then Darth Vader in the Rebels series. And inside of a Sith temple on Malachor, I believe, is where she was left for dead. She had a confrontation with Darth Vader, left for dead. Spoiler alert, she did not die.
Yeah, right.
But we'll spare you the exact way that kind of went down. You got to watch Rebels if you want to see that. But let us know in the comment section. Are you a fan of Ahsoka Tano? Are you super excited to see Rosario Dawson joining this stacked cast on Mandalorian Season 2? Lots of great things happening in Mandalorian Season 2. We know that Apollo Creed is actually going to direct a couple episodes.
What? I didn't know that.
I think Dave Filoni's going to come back and do another episode.
Nice.
It's going to be great. And they've already wrapped principal photography, so there's no reason why we don't think this is going to land this Christmas.
Perfect.
Right around Christmas time.
Sweet.
Disney Plus, you know, we got the Falcon Winter Soldier show coming out, followed immediately by is it WandaVision?
I think it's WandaVision after that.
Then rolling into Mandalorian. So Disney Plus is doing the right thing. They're going bam, bam, bam.
Yep.
It's like they knew this virus was coming. Because they're saving all their stuff for the end of the year. So, guys, let us know in the comment section, how excited are you about Rosario Dawson joining the series Mandalorian Season 2? Let us know. The cat is over there, really wants to knock over those puzzle pieces, but nope, he decided against it. So, guys, next big nerd news story of the week. Fans of the upcoming Wonder Woman 84. We got a brand new poster that dropped this week on Twitter. Very trippy post. Is this Wonder Woman 84 or Wonder Woman 64? I don't know.
Yeah, right? Oh, wait. Sorry. I got the Entertainment Weekly cover up there, but here we go. Here's the poster.
It's a cool-looking poster. I actually have an animation that I'm going to play for you right now. It's kind of neat. Very trippy, very Anagata Devita looking. It looks very like Woodstock more than it does 1984. Very psychedelic.
Interesting
stuff going on. It shows obviously Gal Gadot, Diana Prince, festooned in swirly hippie 60s paint. Pretty neat. So, and we get sort of a good look, like you were talking about the Entertainment Weekly cover. In this new poster, you get a good look at this new golden eagle armor.
That's awesome.
That she's been rocking. We still don't know the necessity of this armor. We don't know where this armor sort of comes from, how it's going to be utilized in the movie, but the more and more we see from the marketing material, I feel like this Golden Eagle armor is going to play a very important role in this film.
Too cool.
Going back, if you guys haven't been watching the marketing material for Wonder Woman, let's jump back to Christmas of this year. They released 4 new posters,
Right.
which were really, really cool. Kind of follow the same marketing style that they've been doing. You see, obviously, the Gal Gadot poster. You see the Chris Pine poster, which looked really cool. All the characters have different colors, which is really, really neat.
Yeah.
You get your first, what's the girl who's playing Cheetah?
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig wearing her cheetah print
Of course.
outfits. We still haven't seen anything of her as Cheetah in the film, which is very dope. And then obviously the last guy. I can't remember the name of this guy.
I know, sorry.
Can't remember his character. I should have thought. I'm drawing a blank right now.
That's
but
okay.
Really cool looking poster.
Yeah.
Really cool. Shauna, so here's the real question everybody's asking. With the marketing material is still rolling pretty heavy.
Yeah.
What do you think the odds are that we're actually going to see Wonder Woman? I think in July is when it was first.
No, I think it says June, actually.
June?
Yeah.
You think there's a chance it's going to hit theaters in June?
I'm going to have to say no, because AMC, didn't they say their closure could last up to 4 months?
Yeah,
least?
they
Like
said
4
one
or
1
6
month
months?
to 4 months.
Yeah. So, I mean, it depends on when the theaters open back up. I mean, if AMC, even if all the other theaters open back up, but AMC still doesn't open up, I think that would be a big hit
Yeah.
to the industry.
And you also got to think about pre-ticket sales, because
Yeah.
we live in the age where pre-ticket sales
Right.
are bigger than the day of ticket sales.
Yeah.
And if the theaters are shut down, they're not doing pre-ticket sales, the likelihood of them actually hitting their release date, I think, is pretty slim.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they push it back, maybe closer to Christmas. I think it still will come out in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know if it's going to hit the June, but it could be the first one.
That's
this,
true.
Like,
Could
just
be.
imagine if they were the first one
That would be pretty awesome.
to launch the relaunch of movie theaters with Wonder Woman, because they're not slowing down with their marketing material.
That's true.
If they thought they were going to move it, because Marvel's like announced all their pushing of all their films, Universal has announced all the pushing of all their films. Haven't
Right.
heard one word about Wonder Woman moving.
That's true, but all the films that are being pushed back were due to launch like in March.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they extended
May.
past April and May, did
Well,
they?
Black Widow.
Black Widow, you're right. Oh, man, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's going to be close. We're going to see how the next few weeks pan out, but I think it's going to get bumped, but I think we're still going to see it in 2020.
Yeah.
The big question is, what do you guys think? Leave a comment in the comment section. A, do you like this poster? A, do you like all the marketing material? And B, do you think Wonder Woman's actually going to hit its June release date? We'd love to hear what you think in the comments section. Last big nerd news story that dropped this week, guys. Bloodshot is the latest in the long list of first-run movies coming to video-on-demand services. They know people are going to be stuck at home.
Right.
So in an unprecedented move by the studios, the theaters allowed them to take their first-run theater movies and put them in to people's homes.
Yeah.
You can now stream movies like, obviously, Bloodshot is the latest one. The movie The Hunt, Invisible Man, Emma, the new Trolls World Tour. All of those ones came from NBC Universal. Warner Brothers followed suit with Birds of Prey and the movie The Gentleman. Of all these movies, The Gentleman is the one that you, in my opinion, you really need to stream.
I couldn't agree more, man. This movie is fantastic.
Gentleman is probably my favorite movie so far of 2020. So, of all of these, Bloodshot, you might really love. It may not be for everybody. Same way with Invisible Man and Birds of
It's true,
Prey. Of
yeah.
all these movies, like, I didn't really dig Bloodshot all that much, as much as I hoped I would.
And I didn't dig Invisible Man as much as I hoped I would. I was
Yeah.
like so excited with all the hype around it. It was good, don't get me wrong, but I don't need to see it again.
Yeah. Well, we might
Sorry.
not have a choice. We
Yeah,
might run
right.
out of things on Netflix, guys. So I think the bullet price was $19.99.
Okay.
You get to rent it for a 48-hour viewing window on a wide variety of on-demand platforms, including Vudu, Amazon Prime Video, iTunes. The CEO of Universal NBC, Jeff Shell, he said in a press release, he said, rather than delaying these films or releasing them into a challenged distribution landscape, we wanted to provide an option for people to view these titles in their homes that is both accessible and affordable. We hope and believe that people will still go to the movies in theaters where available, but we understand that for people in different areas of the world, that's increasingly becoming less and less possible.
Right.
That press release came out way before they pretty much closed theaters nationwide.
I mean, it's a smart move. I will happily pay $20 to watch a movie in my home now that I can't go to the theater.
Yeah.
I mean, the two of us going would have paid more than that anyway. That's like, if you have 4 people at home, that's only $5 a ticket. I mean, it's a reasonable price. I think.
It is an unprecedented move, and it's interesting that NBC Universal are the first people to sort of pull the ripcord on this, because NBC Universal is owned by Comcast. Comcast already had the ability, the cable boxes in people's houses, to release their movies, but following suit
that's a good
because
point.
there's other studios, people like Blumhouse and
Right.
Sony and stuff who probably it's not as easy for them to do like an on-demand streaming thing without selling it to something like Amazon.
Right.
So it's interesting that NBC started it, but everybody's kind of following suit.
Oh, for sure.
So really excited, but Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Disney is also following suit. If you have Disney Plus, you might have noticed that Frozen 2
Ooh,
has now
nice.
landed on the Disney Plus platform
Wow.
way far in advance than
So-
where they were going to drop it.
Wait, do you have to pay for that,
No,
or is
you can
really?
you can now stream Frozen 2 on
That's great.
Disney
Good
Plus.
for-
It's just
wow.
out there.
Good.
We were on Disney Plus the other day, and there it was. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker
Oh,
Episode
sweet.
9. They moved up there. You can't rent it yet. You can't stream it, but you can purchase it. So they pushed their release of the digital purchase, like on
Yeah.
iTunes and stuff, up by about a week.
That's cool.
So they knew people were going to be stuck at home. Let's give them the opportunity
Yeah.
to purchase Star Wars. So everybody's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple more movies. I did notice just the other day that the new Ben Affleck movie,
Oh yeah.
The Way Back, I think that's
Yeah.
what it's called. The Way Back is also going to be one of the ones that gets released. It's one of the ones on the list that I haven't seen yet. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see The Way Back.
Totally.
Sure. And I paid $20 to go see it.
Absolutely.
A, to support the movie. A, to B, to kind of keep money flowing into the industry, because that's what we want. We want the theaters to come back strong.
Yeah, and people, if your local restaurants are still open, please order from them. And almost every restaurant is giving you discounts, free delivery. Like, just take advantage, or don't take advantage of it.
No.
But take the time to support your local businesses, because the food industry is like losing, I've heard, upwards of 50 to 60% of their revenue daily.
Wow.
So
Well, that's a tough time we live in
Yeah, I
right now.
know.
So, like Shauna said, support local businesses wherever you can. That includes your comic book shop.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of comic book shops, they are allowing you to still place your orders on over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come out to your car and bring you your
Yeah.
comic books. They'll mail you your comic books. So don't stop. Just because you're stuck in your house doesn't mean you can't support your local businesses, including
Right.
comic book shops, local restaurants, maybe even local movie theaters. I don't know.
And speaking of, your comic book shops, this is like a great time. You're stuck at home. This is a great time to start reading comics. If you don't have a pull list set up, call up your local comic book store. They will tell you what books are coming out, where the stories are new, and they're just starting new storylines. Like, you don't have to start at issue 1 in all of these comics. There's
Good
always
point.
new storylines. So your comic book store owners and workers know what's coming out. So they will easily tell you, oh yeah, Harley Quinn issue 16, that's a new storyline. So we'll come
They'll
walk it
give
out
you
to your
recommendations
car.
if you
Yeah.
don't know. So, good point,
It's
Shauna.
a great time to start reading comics. You're
Yeah,
bored
it
at
is,
the
man,
house.
and it gives you something to do with the house.
That's right.
Get into the comic book industry, get into the comic book, love the fandom that is comic book reading right now, because you ain't got nothing better to do. So, guys, that's our whole show. We're gonna sit around and get fat and sassy all weekend
Sassy,
long.
that's been Chuck's favorite term to say.
We are gonna do a lot more shows than we usually do here on the Chuckload of Comics channel. So, click the subscribe button. Join us here all week, all month, during the entire Corona contagion stay-at-home thing
Corona.
that's going on right now, guys. So thanks a lot for watching. We really appreciate it. All of you guys stay healthy, stay safe, stay away from people, and we'll see you here next Sunday. Have a fantastic week. See you here next time.
Bye-bye.